And you would think it would have no issues mounting vertically. Whoa, I forgot to lock that. This is the new DJI RS5. This video is going to be about how to mount this thing vertically. I have a Sony a7 IV here with a Sigma 24-70 Mark II, and it has a cage on here, and that's all that's on there right now. I don't actually remember which cage I have, if it's the small rig or just it is the small rig cage for the A7 IV. I've tried multiple different ways to get this to balance correctly, and you would think it would have no issues mounting vertically on the new DJI RS5. I tried looking online everywhere, and every tutorial says, oh, balance it horizontally, and then if you want to do it vertically, just mount it vertically and do the same thing you did to balance it horizontally. And none of the videos have shown them actually doing it. They just say follow the same steps. So right now it is on the vertical mount here. This is the horizontal mount. Then balancing this thing horizontally is no problem. Perfect. That is balanced. That's the good stuff. Looks great. Now you try to do this vertically. Take this off, and then latch that. Now they say do the same thing, right? So you've seen me do the horizontal, so it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. So let's try this for the vertical. Lock it there. Okay, so that needs to come way over. Close. Okay, got it. Lock it in. And then we'll go this way. Good, right? Good. Now those two are good. But now what doesn't work is the roll axis. Ready? Unlock it. It's falling to my left, so I got to bring the whole thing over to the right. Right? That's as far as it goes. It maxes out. You can't get this axis to go. Okay. And then the tilt axis it's almost doable. It's one way. And the other way. It gets close enough, but it seems like you could only do it in one direction, because then I'll get it in one direction and then I'll try going the other way. I'm not doing this right, but I feel like, okay, that's good. But then I try to go this way. Micro adjustments. Nope. I just don't think the RS5 regular has the leverage from the arms, length of the arms. So look how much I'm adjusting going the other way to balance out, canting to the left. Still, it's almost like a whole inch, or whatever this is, half inch. There, see? I adjusted almost 3/4 of an inch to balance to the left. Now to the right, it's completely off again. So I'm having issues with that. This still works to the point where when I turn it on, it'll work, right? But it's that shows that the camera, it's not balanced, right? It's orange instead of green. So let's try calibrating it. Start calibration. Cool. So you can get it to become calibrated, and look, it's still orange after the calibration, which means that it'll work, but the motor is going to be extra stressed, and the battery is going to run out quick, and the motors are going to burn out quick, and it's going to, you'll find that when you're doing extreme motions, the gimbal will lose the balance, sometimes fail. Let me see if I can get it to do that. It'll happen eventually, but it's holding pretty well now, so it does work. It's just not optimal. You can't have it fully balanced where the gimbal registers it as balanced. So that's the issue I'm having. I don't know if anybody's had the same issue or figured out how to change that, but the best way I've been able to do it is moving this to the top hole. I don't know if that'll sit flush though. So if any of you guys have figured out the solution to this problem I'm having, I'm sure I can't be the only one. I'm sure it'll be fine with a smaller lens, but 24-70 is like the most basic, most common lens. And I don't know how it's having so much trouble. All right, so gotta rebalance this. It's gonna be tough because this is not gonna be able to clear it. So let's move this all the way forward. Move this down. That's maxed out. As far forward as that goes. Maybe if I did this. Okay. This one doesn't. That's as far as that goes, so I can't balance that. See the problem I'm having here, guys? Alright, well. Now let's do the roll. Okay, so like, now I could balance that. Why am I forgetting this axis? The first axis you got to balance. I could balance one of the aspects of it, but not the one facing up, like fully up. So this one, now I could adjust the tilt axis because the camera's more centered. And now the last one. Pretty good. All right, so that's the best I can get it with the plate horizontally mounted and the camera vertically mounted by mounting this plate on the bottom of the camera. So every axis was able to be balanced except for this one. Because if I balance this one, then I'll lose this one. Right, and this one's still very finicky. You can't do this or that. So this one is the only one where I could get every axis balance minus the up axis. This one's maxed fully out, going one way, and it just swings fully. Okay, so we're gonna calibrate it. Calibration complete. See, now it's green. It's calibrated and balanced. So this is the way I figured out to do it with the least stress for a Sony a7 IV cage and a 24-70 lens. This one's a Sigma Mark II. Battery in, SD card in, and the variable ND. So let me know if there's any tips and tricks you find out with this setup, this camera, this lens, this gimbal, to mount vertically. Horizontally, again, no problem, but vertically, this is the best way I was able to do it. So this one's probably going to struggle with this axis where it's going to get too much strain. See, I can't rotate it back up. If you go down, it's fine. You can go back up, but then once you go up, you can't, it loses the strength because of that. So you're going to have to help it up. So as long as you don't point it straight up against gravity, you should be okay. I don't know if anyone else is having troubles with different lenses that are smaller than this, but I'm sure struggle is even more real with a bigger lens. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Thought I'd share this because that's the best way to figure out a solution with the mind of anybody else watching this video. So I'm putting it out into the world. Thanks for watching. If you have any tips or tricks, comments, leave them out in the comments for everyone to see, including myself. And have a nice day.